So this is different. I made it. I am all the way in America, and I honestly don't know how to record this video, and I'll show you. Because this angle just is... You guys see me from head to toe sideways. Anyway, look, that's not what's important, right? What's important is I'm bringing you guys some more content. I'm starting to sound too much like a YouTuber. I don't like it. Anyway, enough waffling. It's very evident I'm not home. Yeah, this is not the usual setup you guys are used to seeing. I'm kind of, as far as you guys are aware, I'm in the middle of nowhere. I could be anywhere. I'm gone with the wind. Now, I made it to Minneapolis safe and sound. Didn't lose my luggage on this flight, thank the Lord. And I am currently full of Taco Bell because it had to be done. First night back, come on, it's too good. Speaking of which, still have a Baja Blast to finish. So that is today's poison of choice. Not as satisfying as the Monster. Nothing like I can really crack. Anyway, enough preamble. Yeah, today was the day I travelled, so I figured I'd tell you guys about it. I woke up this morning, as you'd imagine, but I woke up and got ready to go to the airport, made sure I had everything, brought my trusty mic along with me, had to pack that and make sure I didn't forget any of my documents or anything, and then made my way up to the airport. And then, so we get into the airport, right? And last year I flew American Airlines, and they give you a free 10 kilo checked bag, right, with your ticket. And your boy forgot to check with Aer Lingus. Yeah, I forgot to check what they do, what their policy is, and got up to the check-in desk, and it was a hefty €75 to check the bag. But luckily for me, my mum decided it could be a going away gift, and also she said she'd do it because she's not gonna have to spend any money on me for 3 months. So lucky her. But yeah, anyway, so that was the start of the proceedings. So off to a great start, you know, €75, poof. But it wasn't mine, and good enough as well, because I tried to pay, I did offer to pay, and I checked my bank balance like an hour later after my family were gone. My card would have declined, and I did not want that to happen in front of my mom. That would have been very embarrassing. Anyway, get through security. That's all fine, you know. Dublin Airport security, I'm not worried about that one, right? However, if you guys haven't been to America before, you'll know. You won't know, but if you have, you will. There's a second security check-in just to get to the American gates. It's all exclusive. Like, American flights only leave from like gate 400 to 426 or something. So you have to go like down another escalator, around the corner. It's honestly like, it feels like you're going on a wild goose chase. Anyway, I get through there, they check my passport and all this, and your man just waves me by security. He was like, yeah, no, you're fine. I was like, sweet, I don't have to take my shoes off, don't have to take my laptop out my bag again, all that good stuff. So I was feeling good. And then last year I had to wait like a half hour before I could get my documents looked at to get towards the gate. So I was mentally preparing myself for that, and then I walk in and I'm first in line. I'm like, oh, cool, handy as today is going too easily, which kind of began to stress me out, as I talked about in the last video. The fact that everything was going right kind of made me a little worried. But yeah, so I'm going through, and then I get called up to have my documents checked. That's all fine, you know, and your man starts talking to me about bear attacks. Oh, you're going up to camp, you gotta be careful of them bears. Bears? What? Why is the security guy telling me about bears? I wasn't scared, but I was a little bit like, oh. Um, like just the irrelevancy of what he was talking to me about caught me off guard. And then he started asking me about college, and he was like, "Oh, what do you study? Where do you go?" And I started to pull out the letter, and then he just went, "Oh, right, okay, go." And I was like, "Dude, why?" But anyway, that's just Dublin Airport for you. Great crack, love it. Not looking forward to when I'm there next. But yeah, so that all goes well, and I get through there really quickly, which I wasn't expecting. I had like nearly 2 hours before my flight, and once you get past this like US customs bit, there's nothing. Oh, I don't know if that stayed recording. 20% thing came up on my phone. Hopefully we're good. Anyway, there's nothing past it. There's like one like exclusive lounge, but I'm not like a premium customer or nothing like that. So yeah, but so I end up sitting there just doing nothing for like nearly 2 hours, and I didn't think to like download anything or prepare for the flight. So yeah, that goes on to the next segment about the flight. So I get on. I was in seat 18H, if anyone's curious. But that was like near the front of the plane, in like almost like an economy plus looking area, and I was like, I didn't pay to be here, and I felt out of my depth because I looked around and it was like, you know the way old people don't really have much better to spend their money on, so they buy the nice plane tickets. I was surrounded by a bunch of old people, so I was like, yeah, no, I don't think I'm supposed to be here, but still nice. I think I had maybe like half an inch extra leg room and a seat with a cover on it. So yeah, you take the wins you can get. But I quickly realized how bored I was going to be during that flight. It dawned on me very quickly, because an hour in, I was like, alright, cool. Like, surely we're like 2.5 hours in. Oh, it's 58 minutes. So checking that was not fun, and I couldn't stop checking it as well. I just kept checking it, and I got to the point where I think I was just ended up watching it as well. So I was like, made it feel even longer than it already was. But lucky for me, Aer Lingus had loaded up Atlanta season 4 onto the screen, so I watched that for a little bit. But I'd already seen it, and I knew what was happening, so I kind of got bored of it a little quickly, which was, not ideal. But I couldn't sleep because planes are uncomfortable, and I can't sleep on planes anyway. So yeah, basically, very long 8 hours. And then I get to Minneapolis. I have my SIM card ready to plug into my phone, so I have mobile data and coverage and texts and calls and all that stuff that I need. You kind of need it now, and it doesn't work. Fantastic. Doesn't work. I'm like, okay, I'll just go onto Visible, just pay for it and go for it. Yeah. Nope, absolutely not. Visible, Verizon, whoever the parent company is, they were having absolutely none of my money. They just refused point blank. So I ended up giving up eventually, after like an hour of being in the airport trying to figure this thing out, because I didn't want to leave without it. It's scary being somewhere with no connection to your home or people because I'm solo traveling, which is a nerve-wracking experience in and of itself. But when you're disconnected from everyone and solo traveling, it's double worrying. And then I've already got the super warrior trait anyway. But I get the Uber from the Wi-Fi at the airport, thankfully, and then your man Abdi gave him 5 stars, of course, legend. He was quiet the whole ride, gave me a little bit of time to calm down, and he talked to me sporadically. It was good. 5 stars, tipped him. Good man. He's not going to see this. Anyway, I get into the hotel, I'm not kicking my feet. I'm just fixing my slides. Don't think of me any weird. Don't think of me any differently, okay? Don't do that. Yeah, sorry. Also, it's nearly 3 a.m. for me. I've been up since 8. It's realistically it's only 9 o'clock here, but I've been up for a very long time. So this video isn't going to make a whole lot of sense. And editing it, trust me, I'm going to question what I was saying as well. But that's neither here nor there. But I get to the hotel that I booked, and it's like this shared house thing, and it's, to be fair, it's really cool around here. I can't lie, it is really cool. But the 3 things that I was worried about, but well, I've already gone through things I was worried about. 3 things post landing I was worried about was my bag getting lost again. Thankfully it didn't happen. Thank you, AirTag. I knew where it was at all times. Dose. I'd never used Uber before, and I know using like a taxi app isn't scary, right? However, when you're in a different country and you're already worried, there you go. And then number 3, I was worried this place was going to be fake. I was so scared that I was going to get scammed and like this place wasn't going to be real or whatever. I was lost. But we pulled up outside and I seen people sitting outside it, and I was like, it's real. It's a real place. I can sleep here tonight. So yeah, very happy. I got in, settled down, you know, calm myself a little bit. And it's just actually a really, really nice place. So yeah, here I am. I ordered Taco Bell. I ended up sitting in the living room for quite a while here, having a lovely conversation with one of the people that's staying here as well. So that's awesome. That's America for you, you know. In Ireland, I could sit somewhere for 6 to 8 hours and have no one speak to me. I talked to the American lady beside me on the flight, talked to Americans in the airport because they were just asking me questions and things. Talking to the Uber driver, I feel like talking to your taxi driver / Uber driver is kind of normal, but just random people in the house just talk to me, and I'm like, this is great. This is actually, I like that, you know. Because I was worried that I wasn't going to get any social interaction for the next 2 days. I was worried that this was going to be my closest thing to social interaction. Not that I don't value you guys, but you know what I mean. But yeah, on a side note, I landed here. It was baking hot. I know I say I'm good with heat, right? But you've got to understand, I was wearing that jacket, right? It's a good jacket. It does its job very well. Kept me warm. Unfortunately, it was already 28 degrees outside, so I didn't need to be kept any warmer. And I was wearing tracksuit bottoms and all, because I was cooking. But yeah, that's one of my little side notes. Anything else? Not really. I'm surprisingly not that tired. But I mean, I say surprisingly, you guys included have all stayed up till 3 a.m. You know, I've stayed up to 3 a.m. quite a few times, and you do it accidentally, you don't feel that tired. But I'm just trying to offset the jet lag now, so if I go to bed, I keep looking over at my laptop as if the time on that is correct. That says that it's 5 to 3. So I think if I stay up like another hour, I can offset most of the jet lag. And then tomorrow's big plan is to go get my phone fixed, go get it sorted. That way, you know, if I get it sorted on day 2, then I've got it from day 2 to day 90. You know, that sounds like a pretty good idea. It sounds pretty good to me. But yeah, so that's the plan. It's set to be another scorcher, and I am still adamant that I can walk places, mainly because I don't really have the funds to be Ubering everywhere. But yeah, so that is pretty much the story of how I got here. I don't really think there's anything I have to add to that. I apologize for the compromising angles, maybe plural, of me. I understand this video is set up weird. That's mainly because there's not a whole lot of thought put into it. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm just kind of making this up on the fly. But I just had to. I wanted to do something, and I told myself I'd record while I was here. So yeah. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Is that an outro? I think so.